business 38 years. Been on the forms committee a couple of times. This is the biggest change to a contract in 25 years. It's going to be a fuster cluck. And the reason is two things. One, they took out warranted items. So get ready. You're going to have changes to concessions and sales price on 60% of transactions. Now, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be the norm to renegotiate the price. The other thing that you got to deal with, and this is what's important for you guys. Hey, I have a palm in my face. Hello?
We're here.
Somebody just flipped me off. Here's the list. Everybody listen to me. This is serious. Section 2J of the contract is what references concessions by the seller for loan costs, etc. In the previous contract, it was up to, and it was vague. So if you have like a 3% concession and the costs weren't that much, title companies were working in the gray, shoving costs in there so the buyer didn't leave money on the table. And nobody had a problem with that because it had zero net effect on the seller because they made a decision based on 3% less than what they were getting anyway. The new contract now says only it limited the cost, okay, specifically to only certain costs. Let me get the new contract in front of me and read it to you. And to my calculation from lenders that I've had run the numbers, if people are asking for a typical 3% concession, every buyer's leaving money on the table. This does not add up to 3%. So you need to talk to your agent partners and get this list of costs nailed down to the penny. Or they need to write a fancy-ass clause that adds more cost. Because here's what it says. Seller concessions, dollars or percentage up to any amount to be used only. The word only changed everything. That means the title company now has contractual obligation in orders to only allow these costs. They can no longer work in the gray. We did this because title companies wanted this done. Unfortunately, listen to this list. It ain't going to add up to 3%. Buyer's loan cost, impounds, title escrow, which is basically title policy, escrow, tax service, recording fees, and if applicable, non-alloweds. That's it. That's not 3%.
Mr. Dyer,
everybody's going to be writing 3% in their contracts, and every buyer's going to be leaving money on the table. And here's the bad news.
Wait, Mr. Dyer, what was the last one?
You're going to be the ones they're cursing at. What do you mean I don't get all my money? People are going to be asking you to change loan rates at the end to back in costs in the form of a discount point or something. It is going to be a nightmare. So everyone you talk to today, touch all of your agent partners, make sure they're aware of the change in Section 2J, and be prepared to start giving hard numbers. You got the ability on your computer to pop those costs up. Get ready. Know that list. If I was a loan officer, I would have that list. I'd create a fake loan and do the numbers, and so I know exactly what that's, because you can probably bring it down to a percentage. To my calculation, this will typically be about 1.8 to 2.2%. So they're going to be, if it's 3%, they're leaving money on the table. And I will email Haley right now my seller concession clause that writes all the old stuff back in. Because if you overwrite it on page 8, section 8, this won't apply. But for you guys, it's so important to have a conversation with your agent partners, because you guys, even though we screw up, you're going to be the ones getting yelled at. It's unfair, but it's the way it is. And that is a major, major change. And they've taken out warranted items. So on vendors, because concessions are limited, they won't be able to ask for seller concessions in the form of financial remuneration for what would have been warranted items. Taking out warranted items to me is a bad idea, because if the air conditioner is not working and you pay $500,000 for the house, it needs $2,500 worth of AC work. It's literally a buyer having to pay an extra $2,500 for the house they thought they were getting for $500, because a buyer has a right to assume habitability issues like AC. That's going to be a purchase price reduction somewhere in the middle of the deal. So be prepared. Talk to your agent partners. I'm going to send Haley a copy of the contract right now in my concession clause. Feel free to share it. I wrote it 20 years ago with a lawyer. It covered everything. The magic word is acquisition cost. Any questions?
I got a question real quick. Addendums, can they cover stuff like lowering the the concession from the seller saying from 3%, once we get all the fees, can't the seller say, okay, we're going to go ahead and make it 2.5 instead of 3 or 2.2?
Dude, that would have to be done by an addendum. Why would a seller do that? Why would I get money from you? Why would I give it back? Because your agent because your agent wasn't smart enough to do the calculation. That's on the agent's back. I would tell a seller, hell no, don't sign that.
Well, because
you're going to get more money.
Yeah, the seller's just going to get back the money. Okay.
So the agents, buyer's agents are the ones that need to change our thinking and either limit that number to exactly what you guys tell us. You go on your computer, you figure out what those costs are. You say, don't get 3%, get $4,738.50. I'm going to ask for $4,840 because otherwise money will be left on the table. And I've had many people curse at me through the years because their agent screwed up and they left money on the table. And title companies they were working in the gray. Now they have specific orders. They can't, because HOA fees. They can't slip any HOA fees in. They can't slip, the home warranty back in. They can't reimburse for inspection. All the things they were doing to use up that concession money, they can't do anymore.
Okay, I have a question. Is there a definition of what loan fees are? So, for example, can we put the appraisal in a loan fee?
Doc prep, underwriting, appraisal, and whatever specific fees you guys have.
Okay.
It would be the tread allowed fees.
Okay. I can use that to our benefit.
Right.
Okay.
So, and get ready because sometimes people are going to be going, hey, can you change my loan so that I'm getting that in the form of a discount point, which they can do, but that's going to be done at the end. And if that's more than 8% APR, what happens then?
Oh, yeah.
You have to restart the disclosure process. So we have to be preemptive, proactive on this and be all over it. And I'm talking to lenders all over. I've already taught it to 500 agents, but I'm guessing 70% of agents, pardon my language, have no fucking clue there's a new contract coming. They've heard a rumor, and they all know about warranted items. They have no clue about this. And this is a bigger problem as far as guaranteed people are going to screw up than warranted items. Because they're not going to read it. That word only is a big, mean four-letter word. Jason, you got it?
Yes, sir.
All I see is his watch.
He's taking notes. Oh, yeah, he's definitely taking notes.
So, Haley?
Yes, sir.
I will send that to you right now. Anybody else have questions?
Nope.
No, that's great.
All right.
It's very
See,
helpful,
you
and
guys get the importance of this.
we do.
You get this. It's not going to be fun. It is not going to be fun. I have a feeling my call volume is going to increase dramatically as the problem solver here.
And
I'm very sorry for not making it, but hey, I got to say everything I needed to say. Thank you very much. And Haley has my information. If you have any questions, you having trouble explaining to an agent, and you want me to help you with verbiage, there's no one I love more than the Tobias team. No one I love more than Fairway. So you have to get my number from Haley, and you give me a call, and I'll help you out any way I can. All right? Haley will tell you that's true.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Dyer. I appreciate
And I
you.
just love Haley Parker because she's beyond awesome.
You're
We
the
do
best.
too.
Show me your face, Haley.
I'm right here.
She's gone.
Bye, baby.
Bye. Thank
kids.
you.
Thanks,
See you
John.
later.
Bye.